Good morning, everybody. So this morning we have our sounds to look at that we've learned so far, and then we're going to look at one sound that we use in lots of common words that we see a lot in books and we see a lot around and about or when we're reading. Let's go through our sounds. Who remembers this one from last time? I'll do the action. Oh, a coat on a goat. Oh, oh, oh. K, k, k. Easy one to remember. Zzz. Qua. Th, th. Tricky one to say. Stick your tongue between your teeth. Th. Th. Ch, ch, ch. Sh. Ring on my finger. So today, the one we're going to use in our work is this one. Who can remember how we say it? Th, th. Quite a tricky one to say, but as we practice it in our writing and in our words, it becomes easier to say. Th, th. So there are some th words that we're going to look at today that we see a lot. Let's have a look at them. Th. This is the first th word. Can you see? It has th at the beginning of its word, so we can underline the digraph. Let's have a go. Underline the digraph. Underline the digraph, and what have I added to the last two sounds? A sound button to help us blend the word. Let's have a go blending the sounds. Th, at, th, at, that, that. That is it. You got it. That, that. So I'm going to put that on the board here so we can see it. That. Look at this one. It has the th again at the beginning of the word. Th, is, th, is, th, is. Try to say it a bit quicker. Th, is, this. This is phonics. This. Another th word that we see a lot. Let's put it next to that, that, this. Let's have a look at this one. N, n, then. Then we go outside to play. Then. Another common word with the th digraph. Let's put it over here. Then. Another one we can blend together with the th sound. Them, them. So all those th words we can sound out. Let's have a look at this one because Tricky Toucan wants to help us with this one because we can't sound it out. Here he is. Now Tricky Toucan, are the boys and girls going to find this quite tricky? I think they've been doing phonics for quite a while now, so I think it's going to be an easy one to remember. Can we sound this out? No, because it's a tricky word. But look, it has the th sound at the beginning. And then it has, Tricky Toucan, two funny sounds together at the end. You can't blend them together. It isn't a phonic word, you just have to know it. This is a sight word. They. You can just about hear the y on the end, can't you, Tricky Toucan? They. They are being good. They. They. So that's a th word that we can't sound out. We just have to know it. They. Let's put all the th words together, Tricky Toucan, and see if we can work them out as we go through. Thank you for helping us. They. They. Then. Them. This. That. That. Let's go through them again. Let's jumble them up and see what we get. Here we go. You can blend this one. Is. This. Them. They. The tricky word with the y on the end. Use that y to help you to remember it's that tricky word. They. Then. That. That is it. So we had lots of th words today. Now there are two more we're going to have a look at in a minute that we see a lot in books as well. But let's have a go at writing some of those th words. Remember, they all have the th sound at the beginning. I'm going to put that over there just to remind us that we might need it. Th. Th. Right, if you have a phoneme frame or a whiteboard, you can get it now and pop it on the board. So, all the words today have this sound in them. They have the th sound. So that th sound will always be at the beginning of the word. Th. Let's write it in the first phoneme box. Th. 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 Now, what words did we have? Then, them, that, this. And we had tricky word, they. Let's sound out then. Th. Ooh, can anybody hear the middle sound? Listen again. Th. N. I can hear an E in the middle. N. And an N on the end. So it has three sounds. Make your phonic fingers. Then, th-n, then we went out. What do we need to change in then to make them? Look at the shape of my lips. Them. Th-e. Ooh, we need to change the N sound to make a new th word. Them. So the goes in the last phoneme box. Them. Them. Now we need to make this word into this. We keep the th because that's what we're doing today. This. This. Ooh, middle sound. I don't think it's an E, and I don't think we need the on the end. Let's have a go. This. Ooh, did anyone hear that middle sound? I can hear an I in this. Is, and a S on the end. This is correct. Well done if you wrote this. Brilliant, everybody. This. I've got this on a little word card. If you want to, you can make some little word cards like mine. Write the word, put your digraph in, th, is, and two sound buttons for the end sounds. Th, is this. Now there was one word that I found that was a th word, but it also has a blend, a digraph in it that we've learnt last week. Can anybody see the digraph at the end of the word? Let's cover up the rest. Who remembers this sound? I'll show you the action. Ring on my finger, It's the sound. So let's sound out this word. But look, it has a th at the beginning. So we can use what we know to read this word. And it only has one sound in the middle, a little I. Let's have a go blending the sounds. Th, I, th, I, thing. This is the thing we are learning. Thing. Let's have a go writing it. Do we need our th for thing? Keep it in your phoneme frame. What was the middle sound? Th. It was that I, the only phoneme. The rest, the other two sounds, are digraphs. Th, I, Can anyone know how to remember to write A and a g. Th, I, Brilliant, fantastic. Thing. Fantastic, everybody. Let's find the magnetic letters for th. What magnetic letters do I need for th? I need a t and a h. And that makes the th digraph. Th. Can anyone remember that tricky word th? The tricky word for th. Tricky 2 can help us. They are doing very well. They. And it had the th in, but it also had the e and the y. They. That's quite a hard word to remember because you can't sound it out. It's a tricky word. So Tricky 2 can likes it. They. Let's have a go at some tricky words for Tricky Toucan. We haven't looked at these for a long while, Tricky Toucan. Here he is. Let's have a go through the tricky words. Go. Oh, he's hiding it. Was. The. Oh, look. It has the th digraph, Tricky Toucan. Well spotted. He's clapping because he thinks that's quite clever. The. Be. She with the sh sound. She. We. Me. These all rhyme. Does this rhyme? No. To. He. My. And the last one is sort of a tricky word, Tricky Toucan, but it has a little word at the beginning which we know, and it has a tricky word at the end. Tricky Toucan can't believe it. So it has a sounding out word in it and a tricky word. Let's see if we can do the first bit for Tricky Toucan because he's not very good at sounding out. In. So we know that bit says in. Let's cover up that bit. In. We've got the in bit. That's hiding under my hand. In. What's this tricky word, Tricky Toucan? He's not sure. I bet we know. To. Let's put it together. Take my hand away. Into. Into school. Brilliant, Tricky Toucan. Well done. He's clapping because he thinks that's quite a clever word. Into. Brilliant, everybody. So that's a tricky word we can put into our words, our tricky words. Thank you, Tricky Toucan. So, everybody, we did the th words today. We'll use them in a sentence next time. See you soon. Bye.